I was in my early 20s, camping in upper Idaho's wilderness, surrounded by black bears and grizzly bears. I'd chosen a lesser-known trail, and as night fell, I built a fire and roasted marshmallows, feeling at peace. The valley was quiet, with only the occasional wildlife call breaking the silence. One night I received an order to deliver a small pizza and a soda. The address wasn't too far, just an 8-minute drive away. However, when I pulled onto the street, I immediately hit a pothole and realized the whole street was cracked and full of potholes. It looked torn apart and completely uncared for. As I approached the house, I noticed the wooden steps to the porch felt like they were going to give out. I glanced back at my car, seeing the dense woods behind it and realizing how isolated this place felt. I knocked on the door, and after hearing movement inside, I prepared myself for them to open the door, but they never did. I called out to see if anyone was there, but there was no response. I started to back away, and that's when I saw a man standing by the side of the house, staring right at me. I hurried back into my car and drove away. A few months later, I was working as an outdoor security guard for a warehouse on the outskirts of the city. It was raining, and I had to stay inside. I was standing by the glass entrance doors, watching for anything unusual. Suddenly, I heard a deep creaking thud that echoed through the whole warehouse. I investigated the noise and found a room with a cracked open door. I opened it further and called out, but there was no response. Then I heard a voice, and it sounded like a man mumbling or softly laughing. I couldn't see anything, but I felt a chill run through me. I quickly contacted the police and left the building. They searched the area and found a man who had apparently entered through a gap in one of the back garages. He was holding a knife and seemed to be watching me. Another time, I was home alone when I saw someone moving in my window. I was sitting on my couch and my dog Milo was beside me. I got up to let Milo out, and that's when I saw the person. Milo started growling, and I realized someone was standing in my hallway. I fled out of the door and called the cops. They arrived and found a guy hiding in my bedroom. He refused to speak, and I was left shaken. Then there was the time I was camping with a friend in rural Washington. We saw a strange guy near our campsite, and he hurried away. We thought it was nothing, but then he came back and we heard strange noises. We quickly packed up and left, but when we got to my car, we found that all the tires had been slashed.